Have you ever wondered why some relationships thrive while others barely survive? What if I told you the secret to lasting love isn't about grand gestures or fairy tale moments? It's about something much deeper. Welcome to Heart Tales, where we unravel the mysteries of love, one story at a time. Whether you're single, in a relationship, or just trying to figure it all out, you're in the right place. Grab a cozy blanket, maybe a cup of tea, and let's get started. Because here at Heart Tales, we believe every heart has a story worth telling. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and let's begin this journey together. Today, we're diving into a story where a girl fell for the delivery boy, but he wasn't who he said he was. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see love in a whole new light. Before beginning, please hit the subscribe button so that you never miss out on new videos. Without further ado, let's get started. They say love finds you when you least expect it, but I never thought mine would arrive in a cardboard box with a shipping label. My name is Amira. I lived in a mansion with 10 bedrooms, a pool I never swam in, and a wardrobe bigger than most apartments. My father was a luxury car dealer, my mother a socialite, and I was invisible. Not to the world perhaps, but to them, my parents. They were always too busy hosting gala events or flying off to meet investors. I often ate dinner alone, the clink of silverware echoing through our grand dining hall, like a reminder of just how alone I was. Every day felt like a loop of silence, until the day I met him. It started on a Monday. I remember it clearly because the sky looked like it couldn't decide between rain or sun, just like my mood. I was expecting another boring delivery, a skincare order, but when I opened the door, there he was. He wore a navy blue cap, low over his eyes, brown hair tucked beneath it, and the kind of smile that made your heart skip, then stumble. His uniform was simple, a little worn, but his posture, the way he carried himself, there was something humble and genuine in it. "Delivery for Amira," he said, handing me the box. Our fingers touched, just briefly, but it sparked something I hadn't felt in, maybe ever. I watched him walk away, backpack slung over one shoulder, blending into the world like a whisper, but he stayed with me. In my thoughts, in the way I found myself hoping for another package to arrive. And it did, the next day, and the next. Soon I was ordering random things, just to see him again. Nail polish, notebooks, a stuffed llama I didn't need, but he always showed up. And each time, my heart beat a little faster. He never said more than a few words. But his eyes, they were stories, sad ones that made me curious, drawn in. One day, I worked up the courage to offer him a coffee. "You look like you could use a break," I said. He hesitated, then smiled. That was our first real conversation. We sat on the porch steps drinking coffee from mugs too fancy for porch steps. He told me his name was Kai, simple, quiet, mysterious. He told me he liked the quiet of our street, how the air smelled of magnolias in the afternoon. I told him about my paintings, how I painted emotions instead of people. He seemed to understand that kind of language, the one that speaks in color instead of words. Weeks passed. Kai started showing up, even when there was no delivery. He said he liked the porch, said it felt peaceful. One afternoon, I painted while he read a book beside me. Another day, we watched the rain from inside the foyer, saying nothing but feeling everything. He never asked about the mansion, the cars, the lifestyle, and I never asked why his shoes had holes, or why he always wore the same jacket. But I wondered. Then came the day I saw him at the bookstore, arguing quietly with a woman. She looked older, like an aunt maybe. I watched from a distance as she slipped money into his hand and walked away. When he noticed me, he froze. I didn't ask questions, but that night he didn't come by, or the next week. I called the delivery company. They said he quit. Heartbreak isn't always loud. Sometimes it's silent. A space beside you that stays empty. But then, a letter arrived. No return address. Just my name on the envelope. Amira, I'm sorry. For the silence. For the lies. My name isn't Kai. And I wasn't supposed to fall in love with you. I clutched the letter like it was oxygen. The words felt like glass. I was part of a social reintegration program. We were taught how to live again, how to blend in. I was once incarcerated, not for a crime I committed, but for protecting someone I loved. The program gave me a chance to start over. Anonymously. Meeting you wasn't part of the plan. I read the letter again and again, each time feeling the breath leave my lungs. Please don't look for me. It's better this way. Kai? But not. Really. But of course, I looked. I traced the program's name from the envelope watermark. I searched forums, contacted non-profits, even pretended to be a volunteer. Weeks turned into months. Every path was a dead end. Until one rainy morning, a social worker named Dahlia replied. He was in the hospital last week, she said. Severe pneumonia. He collapsed while volunteering at a community shelter. Hospital, shelter, Kai, my Kai. I didn't even wait to change clothes. I drove across the city in my pajamas, and there he was, pale, hooked to machines, but breathing. I walked in, quietly, sat beside him and whispered, "Liar." He stirred, eyes fluttered open. "You found me." I smiled through tears. Took me long enough. Recovery took time. He wanted to push me away, said I deserved someone who didn't come with baggage. But I didn't care about baggage. I cared about him, the real him. His real name was Elijah. He told me everything. How his brother was involved in a fight gone wrong. How Elijah took the blame to protect him. How he served time quietly, then entered a reformation program. He wasn't hiding. He was surviving. We started again. Honestly this time. There were hard days, nights of doubt, conversations about the past, the future, and forgiveness. But love isn't about perfection. It's about choosing each other again and again. A year later, we got married under cherry blossoms in the garden behind my family's estate. My parents didn't understand at first, but they saw the way he looked at me, the way he held my hand, like it was the only thing keeping him grounded. They came around, and as I looked into his eyes that day, I realized something. He wasn't the delivery boy who changed my life. He was the truth I never knew I needed. Love doesn't always arrive wrapped in pretty paper. Sometimes it comes in worn-out shoes, behind quiet smiles, and sealed letters. But when it's real, it's worth everything. Would you fall in love with someone if you knew they were hiding a secret like this? Let me know in the comments, and if you believe love can overcome anything. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories like this.